Now, I would consider myself a little bit of an expert on Winnie the Pooh media, somewhat of a Pooh connoisseur, if you will. I have been consuming it, literally, since I was born. You see, there's Pooh. You see, this was my nursery. My daddy drew all of those, all by himself. This is what I have dedicated my life to studying. And by studying, I mean crying over lost innocence. I just definitely peaked at 4 years old. But something that I have noticed about the last two pieces of Pooh Media, that being Christopher Robin and Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh, and I haven't seen Goodbye Christopher Robin. I haven't seen it. Is that they don't quite seem to grasp the pinnacle Pooh element that begets the ugly cry. And it's not like they don't come close. The opening of Christopher Robin is getting there, and that the entirety of World War II is happening, but I only care about Pooh and Piglet being sad.
I won't ever forget about you, Pooh. I promise. Not even when I'm 100.
How old will I be then?
99. Silly old bear.
And it's not like the Kingdom Hearts series has ever not hit the nail on the head with 100 Acre Wood. And I can only guess that it's not their peak performance in 3 because they just didn't have enough time. I mean, look at what we got for minigames. It feels pretty unfinished. Mini games. I don't care about Xehanort. Give me Pooh! And what they have for the story is fine, but it's like, I guess, well, let's try to explain it with an example. Now, in my personal opinion, the best piece of Pooh Media is Pooh's Grand Adventure, The Search for Christopher Robin. Peak Pooh. It's a grand story that's a little scary, a little existential, and all about some misunderstanding of a real-world thing that Pooh, with his childlike outlook, doesn't understand.
He has gone to S-C-H-O-O-L. Skull.
But most importantly, and this is what Christopher Robin and Kingdom Hearts 3 are both missing, it doesn't matter how happy or sad of a time you've had for a majority of your piece.
Thank you, Robert.
It doesn't even matter if this is mostly a Tigger movie. The most important scene in a Pooh piece is the ending. You need to have a scene at the end with Pooh and Christopher Robin saying goodbye, with the promise of reunion.
Let me show you how to do it.
Promise me you'll be here. Always? Even when I'm 100?
How old shall I be then?
99.
I promise.
Christopher Robin ended too happy with Christopher Robin and Pooh not departing, and KH3 ends too depressing, indicating that Sora and Pooh will never see each other again. KH1, perfect. KH2, so unbelievably amazing. KH3 is too rushed and makes me feel too bad in too little of time. But what Nomura didn't have to do was incorporate Pooh into foreshadowing Zora's death.
Something's happened to me that made me vanish from Pooh's heart.
And I just don't know why you would do that to me. Like, you know how much the bear means to me. Like, you know I'm not happy. You know that I'm hurting. I mean, I guess it's good. People are always crying about incorporating the Disney stuff into the overarching plot. But does it have to be like this?
Poor guy. His very little brain is half gone with grief.
Listen, I know that childhood innocence and the loss or sustainability of it has different mileage for people. Someone has to keep buying those t-shirts of thickified childhood figures on them. The free market of besmirching purity will decide. But that kind of thing goes a long way for me. I don't know if you could guess that, seeing as how my favorite thing in the world is half Disney. So what always gets me about the scenario of Christopher Robin and Pooh saying, "See you later," is kind of the same thing that's been going around with the "one day, without knowing it, you said goodbye to your Xbox Live friends for the last time." Except I never gave a shit about Halo. Fucking gamers think they're the first people to ever think a thought. Us Pooh people been crying for decades! What always gets me about Pooh, the figure that at least I have intermingled with the concept of childhood innocence, and you always depart with the promise of a reunion. And at some point that promise has gone unfulfilled. But he's always waiting for you to come back. Whenever you want. Just like Kyrie. Wow. There we go, I did it. I somehow made it about Kyrie. There you go.